Most people with sciatica are doing too much, and that's exactly why they're not getting better. The only 3 exercises you need for sciatica if you're over 60, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do each one step by step right now. I'm Dr. Derek, and I talk about real health topics for real people. No fluff, no complicated language, just things that actually work. Okay, so let's get into it. Before we get into the exercises, here's the one thing you need to know. Sciatica is not a condition. It's a signal. Something, a disc, a muscle, or a tight spot somewhere along your lower back or hip, is pressing on your sciatic nerve. And that nerve runs all the way from your lower back, through your buttocks, and down your leg. So the pain can show up anywhere along that path. The 3 exercises I'm about to show you all target the most common pressure points along that nerve. That's why they work. One rule before we start. If you feel sharp, shooting pain going down your leg while doing any of these, stop immediately. A gentle stretch feeling is normal. Sharp pain is not. And as always, check with your doctor first, especially if your symptoms are severe. Okay, let's get into it. Number 1, the figure 4 stretch, piriformis stretch. This one right here is probably the single most recommended stretch for sciatica, and there's a very good reason for that. Deep in your buttock, there's a small muscle called the piriformis. Most people have never even heard of it. But that little muscle sits right on top of the sciatic nerve, or in some people, the sciatic nerve actually runs right through it. So when that piriformis muscle is tight, it can press directly on the sciatic nerve. And that pressure is what creates a lot of the pain, numbness, and burning people feel. According to physical therapists at places like Spine Health and the Hospital for Special Surgery, the piriformis stretch, also called the figure 4 stretch, is one of the most effective ways to release that pressure. So here's how you do it. Lie flat on your back. Bend both of your knees so that your feet are flat on the floor. Now take your right ankle and cross it over your left knee, like you're sitting with your legs crossed in a chair. Your right leg is now making a shape that looks like the number 4. That's where the name comes from. Now gently press your right knee away from you with your hand. You should start to feel a stretch in the back of your right hip and your right buttock area. That's the piriformis being stretched. That's what we want. If you want a deeper stretch, you can use both hands to gently pull your left thigh toward your chest while keeping your right ankle resting on your left knee. This brings the whole figure 4 shape closer to your body, and it intensifies that stretch in the buttock. Hold it there for 20 to 30 seconds. Breathe slowly and steadily. Don't hold your breath. Then bring your left foot back to the floor, uncross your legs, and switch sides. Do the same thing with your left ankle over your right knee. Do 2 to 3 repetitions on each side. Now here's what you should feel. A deep, gentle pulling sensation in the back of the hip you're stretching. Not sharp pain down your leg, not pain in your knee, just a steady, slow stretch in that buttock area. If you have trouble getting down to the floor, this stretch can also be done in a chair. Sit up straight, cross your right ankle over your left knee, and then slowly lean forward from your hips, keeping your back straight until you feel that stretch in your right buttock. Same idea, just done sitting up. A lot of people notice that one side is much tighter than the other. That's very common with sciatica because it usually affects one side more than the other. The tighter side is likely the side where the sciatic nerve is being compressed, so give that side a little extra time and attention. The reason this stretch works so well is that tight hamstrings and tight glute muscles can directly increase the tension that presses on the sciatic nerve. Releasing that tightness takes some of that pressure off. And when you do this consistently, not just once but regularly over time, that's when people start to notice a real difference. Physical therapy research, including a case study published in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy, has shown that targeting the piriformis muscle through stretching can help decrease pain and improve range of motion in the lower back and pelvic area. This is the foundation. If you only do one thing from this video, make it this one. Number 2, the knee to chest stretch. This next one is just as important, but for a slightly different reason. While the figure 4 stretch targets that piriformis muscle and the pressure it puts on the nerve, the knee to chest stretch works on the lower back itself. It gently opens up the spaces in the lower spine, the places where the sciatic nerve roots actually exit the spinal column, and it takes pressure off those exit points. Think of it like this. When you're sitting or standing for a long time, your lower back tends to tighten up. The muscles compress. The spaces between the vertebrae narrow just a little, and for someone with sciatica, that narrowing can mean more irritation on the nerve. The knee to chest stretch reverses that. It creates space. It takes load off. It gives the nerve a little room to breathe. Here's how you do it. Lie flat on your back on the floor or a firm surface. Both legs are extended out straight, or you can keep both knees bent with feet flat on the floor, whichever is more comfortable for you. Now take your right knee and slowly bring it up toward your chest. Wrap both hands gently behind your thigh, not behind the knee itself, because that puts too much pressure on the knee joint, but behind the thigh to pull the leg closer. Hold that position for 20 to 30 seconds. You should feel a gentle stretch in your lower back and possibly in your right hip. It should feel like relief, like a release of tension. Then slowly bring the leg back down and switch to the left side. Do 2 to 3 repetitions on each side. Now, if you want a deeper stretch, you can bring both knees to your chest at the same time. Just make sure you're pulling from behind both thighs, not the knees, and that your lower back stays in contact with the floor. Some people also like to gently rock side to side while holding both knees to the chest. Very slowly, left and right. This can feel like a little lower back massage, and a lot of people find it to be very comforting, especially when they're having a flare-up. A physical therapist at the Hospital for Special Surgery in New York City has noted that the knee to chest stretch is a good entry point for sciatica because it can help loosen the lower back and take pressure off the nerve roots without requiring a lot of strength or flexibility. If you have trouble getting down on the floor, this stretch can also be done lying on a firm bed. Firm is the key word there. A mattress that's too soft won't give you the support you need, and it'll make the stretch less effective. The other thing worth mentioning is that this stretch is particularly useful when you first wake up in the morning. A lot of people with sciatica find that morning is one of the hardest times. The back is stiff, the nerve feels tight, and those first few steps can be rough. Doing this stretch before you even get out of bed can help loosen things up and make that first part of the day a lot more manageable. So think of the knee to chest as your morning reset. It's simple, it's gentle, and it directly targets the area where most sciatica starts. Number 3, the seated hamstring stretch. Now, this third exercise might surprise some people, because when you think of sciatica, you might not immediately think about your hamstrings. You think about the back, you think about the hip, but the hamstrings, those muscles along the back of your thigh, are actually a huge part of the sciatica puzzle. And for seniors especially, this is one that gets overlooked all the time. Here's why it matters. The sciatic nerve runs right through the back of the leg, alongside those hamstring muscles. When the hamstrings are tight, which they tend to be in people who sit a lot, which is a lot of us, they pull on the lower back, increase tension along the whole path of the sciatic nerve, and can make your symptoms worse. According to multiple physical therapy resources, including Spine Health and Silver Sneakers, hamstring stretching is one of the most effective and accessible ways to manage sciatica pain. And the reason I'm giving you the seated version of this stretch rather than the standing version is because it's safer and more practical for most people over 60. Balance becomes more of a consideration as we get older, and the seated version lets you focus on the stretch without worrying about tipping over. Here's how you do it. Sit in a sturdy chair. Sit up as straight and tall as you can. Don't slouch. Now, extend one leg out in front of you so it's as straight as possible, with your heel resting on the floor and your toes pointing up toward the ceiling. Now, slowly hinge forward from your hips, not from your waist, but your hips, and lean your chest toward your extended leg. You don't need to go far. Even a small lean forward will create a stretch in the back of your thigh. You should feel it right along the back of your leg, from behind the knee up toward the hip. Hold this for 20 to 30 seconds. Keep breathing slowly. Then bring yourself back upright and switch to the other leg. Do 2 to 3 repetitions on each side. Now, a couple of things to watch for. First, keep your back as straight as possible when you lean forward. Don't let yourself round over and hunch. The stretch should come from you tilting forward at the hips, not from bending your spine. If you hunch your back, you're going to feel it in your spine more than in your hamstring, which is not what we want. Second, Don't force your leg completely straight if it creates sharp pain or discomfort behind the knee. A slight bend in the knee is totally fine. You still get the stretch, just at a slightly reduced angle. Work with where your body is today, not where you wish it was. Over time, as you do this regularly, you'll likely notice that your leg can go a little straighter, and you can lean a little further forward. That's a sign the hamstrings are loosening up, which means less pull on the sciatic nerve, which means less pain. Now, one important but, and this connects everything we've talked about today. You might do these exercises once and think, I didn't feel a huge difference. That's normal, because sciatica is not usually fixed in a single session. It builds over time. Consistent, regular movement is what actually changes things. Physical therapists and clinical resources consistently point to daily or near daily stretching as the key factor in long-term sciatica relief. Not how intense the stretch is, but how often you do it. So instead of trying to do all three of these really hard once a week, do them gently every day, or at the very least 5 days a week. That regularity is what keeps the muscles from tightening back up and what keeps the pressure off the nerve over the long run. With that said, I'll see you on the next video.